Here's the latest build of this app I'm developing, which started as basically a way to visualize audio. And then since I discovered the depth sensing ability of the iPhone, it just turned into this other thing, which just is like you could spend all day just doing this, really, because it's pretty fun. Now, the way this app works, it's generating each of these tiles. There's a lot of them. I forget how many, but it's like thousands of draw calls. Let me see here. 2,326 batches. And if I switch over to the new version, which I'll do here, it builds only six meshes. And it has to be six meshes because those thousands of other meshes have too many vertices to pack into a single mesh. When you use combined meshes, you're limited to like 65,000 vertices. And so I had to set a limit and then build, I think, 4 to 6 combined meshes, which is what this is representing here. The only thing I don't like is I don't know why there's a line going down the center. I could probably look into that and fix it. But what's neat is because all of the active stuff going on here, the displacement and the wavy audio reactive part of it, the way the lights are, the bright hits are kind of like extruding out. All of this is being done in the shader, which is really neat. And because I did that, it was very easy to combine the meshes. Not have to worry about moving transforms on separate pieces of geometry, different game objects. So I assume people are wondering how I did this. Oh, and by the way, the reason the sides are all flashy and weird, it's because it was one of the only ways I could tell the difference between the regular view, which is a bunch of objects, and the combined view. Anyway, what was I getting at? I think people might be wondering how I'm displacing each of these cubes individually, because I think I came up with a neat trick. Basically, I'm writing out a texture map. It's an HDR texture map. So basically, that means it has a vector for each pixel or color. But since it's an HDR, it can have basically a floating point value, probably 16-bit or 32-bit accuracy. Anyway, the point is I'm writing out a map, which is the point location of each of these tiles, which means since I know the origin of each tile, I can basically extrapolate from that and scale it in object space, in virtual object space. So that's all I think I have. I don't want to talk on forever. So it runs really fast because it's all combined into just a few pieces, and it basically uses about half the CPU time according to when I'm running it in debug mode in Xcode. And it uses the same amount of RAM because I'm not throwing anything away, but maybe I will in the future. Maybe I could tell you that this audio wave, I'm also writing out a texture map for every frame. I think that's it. Should be a interesting brain teaser for some of you guys.